Morning 9 a.m. family. Hope you're having a blessed week so far. This week's Midweek Ponder comes from Philippians chapter 4, verse 6. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. This is probably the most popularly quoted prayer when someone's dealing with worry or anxiousness. And for a long time, I didn't know what it meant. You see, I would read it, and I have to admit, I'd feel guilty because it starts with, be anxious for nothing. And I'd feel guilty about being anxious, as if I was doing something wrong because it starts with, be anxious for nothing. But recently I realized that I was reading it wrong. You see, I didn't understand that but can be instead. The New Living Translation translates the word but as instead. And so, be anxious for nothing. Instead, in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, make your requests be known to God. You see, God's not saying don't be anxious. He's saying pray with Jesus and you won't be anxious in everything, not just the big things. Sometimes if I reserve prayer for, health issues and job problems, but it says in everything. Our God is bigger than our big problems, and He's bigger than our little issues. So I challenge you this week that instead of being anxious, before we're in that position, even with the little things, even before walking into that busy grocery store or getting in the Miami traffic or dealing with that coworker you deal with every day that kind of builds that anxiousness, instead of that, pray. Bring Christ into the center of it. The more we do that throughout our day, I think the more we'll see God work around us. And in seeing His work and joining it, our anxiousness will melt away. Have a blessed week, family. I hope to see you on Sunday.